we know that all things work together for good, to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. The last things I remember were white shores and blue waters, sand between my toes, sun warming my skin. This was better than a dream, though. This was real. This was my piece of perfect. I grew up in a tiny town, hidden in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, with my mom, my dad, and my brother Stone. Dad was a preacher at the Meeker Church of Christ, and Mom was my homeschool teacher since before I can remember. Stone and I were best friends, playing together every moment of our lives. We did everything together. It didn't matter if we were playing Barbies or watching Star Wars. As long as we were together, we were happy. I was artistic, and schoolwork came easy to me. I cherished the friendships I made, and I always tried to hold on to the memories close to my heart. I was taught to praise God through the best and the worst times. I had so many friends that went to church with me. They were my family too. I was going to go really far in life because I had a God who watched over me, and I had a family who loved me. But just like every good dream, mine eventually came to an end. A trip to the city changed my life. A car wreck and a brain injury. The loss of my brother and the loss of parts of myself. All the memories turned fuzzy and turned into dreams that I thought were lost. That chance I had of ever succeeding, of ever finishing school at the top of my class, of ever raising a family, felt like it was slipping through my fingers. I had lost my past, and in a way, it felt like I had lost my future. Along with broken bones, I had bleeding in my brain. The doctors gave me a 10% chance to wake up. Who would have imagined that the 10% chance was in my favor? God wasn't finished with my story yet. So I had to begin a new chapter in my life. Reading, writing, walking, talking, even the simple act of feeding myself all had to be relearned after I came back from the hospital. I wasn't alone though. I had my friends, my family, people who I didn't even know praying for me, cheering me on. And most of all, I had God on my side. And with him, anything was and is possible. I was blowing myself and everyone else away with my recovery. Though my parents divorced, I welcomed Arkansas as my new home with a smile on my face. I didn't forget my Colorado friends though, and I went back offering for visits. And God blessed me with a new baby brother to help fill the gap in my heart. Things were finally starting to look up. My friends, they are all blessings that God sent to me to help my hurting heart. I started back at school and got to continue in the next grade because I was so advanced in my studies. Everything I learned before the accident was slowly coming back to me, even after all that I had been through. I am active in East Club, and I even got to go to the conference in 2014 with my best friends. I overcame my fear of cars, and I got my license. The Bible club at my school made me realize just how much God works in people's everyday lives, and just how many students turn to Him through the good and the bad. Hey, Miss Ward.
Hi, Alahna.
Come lay down.
Yes, sure. Come right in.
Thank
Do you need anything?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm good.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
The school set up a little bed for me so I can take breaks during the day when I need them. Just a 10-minute nap or 10 minutes of quiet is enough to recharge my battery, you could say. It's what gets me through the day at school. My church family encourages me through the word of the Lord and really helped me to get back on my feet. My favorite thing is the singing. It makes me think of what angels sound like. Finally, I started to let go of the past and to look towards my future, wanting to help people always. My biggest accomplishment was making a billboard using the photography and different softwares on the computer and ease to help me promote prescription drug abuse. Someone wouldn't think that just an advertisement on the side of the road in our small little town could actually make such an impact on others' lives. But it's my small beginning to changing the world and how people view it.
I have unanswered prayers. I have trouble I wish wasn't there. And I have asked 1,000 ways that you would take my pain away. You would take my pain away. I am trying to understand how to walk this weary land, make straight the paths that crooked lie. Oh Lord, before these feet of mine. Oh Lord, before these feet of mine. When my world is shaking, heaven stands. When my heart is breaking, I never leave your hands. When you walked upon the earth, you healed the broken, lost and hurt. I know you hate to see me cry. One day you will set all things right. Yeah, one day you will set all things right. When my world is shaking, heaven stands. When my heart...
Life is but a vapor that appears for a short time, then vanishes away. The best thing we can do is make the most of every moment. God told me through His Word that He would never leave me nor forsake me, and He hasn't. He's been by my side every step of the way, and through the worst storms, He carried me. School is more difficult now than it was before my brain injury, but I'm okay with that, because I know I can make it. I just have to know my limits and to be okay with giving myself extra time. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Two roads diverged in the woods, and I took the road less traveled.
If sweet death should ever come to me, let me know, boys, let me know.